A lot of freaky stuff is going on. You gotta use your mind. What they was doing with those plugs.
If anything, we should have believed Gene when he first came forward with the claims.
We had this artist with us, right? And we were staying in the presidential suite at the hotel. And this particular artist and Puff, they told me, don't let nobody come in the room. So I said, all right, cool. So I propped my chair by the room door while they went in. So this artist's cousin knocked on the door. So I went to him and I let him in because I knew him, I see his face and everything. I've seen his face several times before. He said, yo, I gotta speak to my cousin. And I said to him, I said, well, they busy right now, man, and they told me don't let nobody come in the room. He said, yo, I'm going in the room to get my cousin out. And I said, bruh, you ain't going in the room to get your cousin out. They told me nobody could go in the room. So he said, I don't care who you are, what you doing like that. I'm going to get my cousin. He went to go and try to open the room. I grabbed his ass, joked him up, and slammed him on the piano. And the next thing you know, Puff and this artist run out the room naked. And so then I said, I see the artist trying to grab a towel. Puff didn't give a shit. And the artist like, yo, what's wrong? What's going on? What's going on? He's like, yo, Gene, that's my cousin. And I was like, yo, my man, he was trying to get in the room and y'all told me don't let nobody come in this room. And Puff just looked at the artist and the artist said, you ain't want to come up in there? It was a lot of freaky shit going on.
It would be silly of us to say that Deal didn't speak up when it was happening. See, Gene Deal, who is also P. Diddy's ex-bodyguard, has been trying to tell the world who the real culprit really is.
Bruh, I knew about the plug fetishes because I saw that with my own eyes. I knew about him and Kim being swingers with other people, whether it was another male or another woman or a male and a woman together. I saw that with my own eyes. You gotta realize is that after 2005, I didn't see anything that Puff was doing or what he didn't do. Puff had got addicted to and being addicted to those things bring other drugs on. I seen Puff smoke a cigarette. I never saw him smoke a cigarette. He was on the beach smoking a cigarette on YouTube. Then I seen him, smoking weed and drinking. I was like, that ain't the Puff I know. So he ain't gonna do what he do around other people in front of me because he know I'm gonna check him on that. But what you trying to do? So to say that what he's being known for with Cassie, I can only equate to some of the things that I seen him and Kim go through. You understand what I'm saying? So people get mad, but it is what it is. I can only equate his actions like that.
And with what he has revealed just recently, that in itself surpasses the other shady businesses Diddy has his hands dirty in. Here's what we mean. Diddy's former associate, Gene Deal, a former bodyguard for the bad boy, alleges that Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, engaged in sexual activity with Karine Superhead Steffens, while Jennifer Lopez, his former wife, was still living in the same home. Now, many are questioning if Lopez knew the whole scope of her ex-husband's infidelity in light of these allegations. But how about we get to that in just a bit? According to Deal, the singer-slash-actress threw a dinner party after the former well-known couple watched a Miami Hurricanes game. The allegations state that afterward, Steffens was invited to join them in a separate room by Diddy's friend Slam. And, as expected, Steffens and Combs allegedly had a sexual encounter after Lopez walked upstairs.
Then we came back, one of his, Slam, had set it up because Jennifer went upstairs. And Puff said, yo, Gene, watch the door. Don't let nobody come through the door. And I said, all right. And Slam set it up. And I wanted to say it was Korean, but I'm not sure it was her. But it was supposed to be somebody that was either up to her level and for or it was her. I'm not sure. And while Jennifer was upstairs, he was down there getting the deal from her.
Did she ever find out?
She know now.
And you said the female name was Karen?
Yeah, Superhead.
Oh, okay, Corinne Stephens. You got to say the full name, man.
Yeah, I thought it was her. Slam set it up. Yep, Slam set it up for right there. Yep. It was nobody. It was somebody that was, I think, I'm for sure, I'm almost sure it was her. I'm almost sure it was her.
Yeah, that's a wild story, man. So Puffy, he was getting head from, Superhead, and Jennifer Lopez was upstairs and she had no idea.
None whatsoever.
Currently, Deal is adamant that Lopez was unaware of what was happening in her own home, even if it is still unclear whether the woman in question was Corinne Stephens. Going forward, Jean alleges that Diddy has been actively involved in organizing well-known homosexual parties, where the rich and famous in Hollywood are said to partake in more than just cocktails. Of course, Diddy seems to be more than just a guest at these events. He actively seeks out other attendees, turning these get-togethers into an exclusive, invite-only event.
But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff and he's in the exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, he got to go put it on the counter and, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he's picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said plugs. And I was like, hey, yo. So I said, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said plugs. And he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s or nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store.
In his interview, Deal also asserted that these gatherings serve as a playground for Hollywood's elite, who are known and wealthy enough to shell out a lot of money for tickets to the most bizarre activities in town, to indulge in their wildest and most shady dreams. Subsequently, Jean painted a striking portrait of Turkish baths as a typical location for gay men to have covert rendezvous. He suggested that, because of Diddy's organizing skills, these exchanges are more than just hot baths. Rather, they are part of a larger network where these guys alongside Diddy secretly get together for sexual encounters.
I knew I used to wait outside of Turkish baths for him. You know what they do in the Turkish baths?
Nah, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's where a lot of gay men meet. And they all take hot baths together. To each his own though, bruh. But that's a lot of that these guys get into when they start having certain meetings with certain people and they meet them at the Turkish bath and they do their meetings and they meet their people in those type of situations where they're comfortable at. so they don't have to worry about their indiscretions coming out. You mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish bath. Got that big ass tub at home, but you want to go? No, go ahead.
While all of that is truly mind-boggling, Gene Deal also verified that Sean Combs sexually assaulted Cassie Ventura and, in certain instances, trapped her by forcing her to have sex with other men while he watched.
She is a victim. You know what I'm saying? She is a victim, man. And if this is her victim story, we got to be more, I think, more compassionate. She was 17 years old at the time. She was fascinated by that whole thing, getting on a G4, G5 jet, you understand? And what was her parents, man? What was her daddy, her mama? They didn't miss their child? She didn't come home that night? I don't know, man. I can't fathom the whole idea, man. So to say that what he's being known for with Cassie, I can only equate to some of the things that I've seen him and Kim go through. You understand what I'm saying? So people get mad, you know, but it is what it is. I can only equate his actions like that.
Crazy, man.
For those who do not know, Cassie, whose true name is Cassandra Ventura, sued Combs last year on grounds of sex trafficking and sexual assault. According to Ventura's lawsuit, which was initially publicized quite heavily, she was abused by Combs for years, beginning shortly after she first met him in 2005, when she was just 19 years old. She said that he sexually assaulted her later in 2018 after beating her repeatedly and once even kicking her in the face. She added that he forced her to have sex with prostitutes in other cities while he recorded and masturbated, thus trafficking her.
So if he want to see it and he want her to touch it, he might, that other person in the room with her just might want to feel it. Allegedly.
So you feel like Diddy was having sex with the male prostitute?
They had to be for both of them. They was in the room. Right?
You're right.
It's a freak-off section. Right?
She would later attempt to remove the images and films, but Combs kept access, she claimed in the lawsuit, and at one time forced her to view a video she had thought she had deleted. According to Ventura's lawsuit, Combs and his allies also threatened to harm her music career if she came out against him, using their riches and influence to coerce her into silence and obedience. In one particularly startling revelation, Ventura said that Combs had threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car because the two were dating. Eventually, the car exploded. Interestingly, Gene asserts that the lawsuit that generated a lot of attention was heavily modified. Surprisingly, a few of the more explicit details were allegedly altered prior to the legal proceedings even commencing.
And it was a female. But my whole thing about it was this, is that anything in that lawsuit, you gotta realize that we only got a portion of it because it's been chopped up. Things has been taken out. So somebody will look a certain way. Now, they left some of the things in there. But I'm sure plenty of times Cassie may have seen some stuff that she didn't really want to look at. He didn't want her to know who they were. So if she ever wanted to do what she just did, how does she say how the person look? All she could describe is if they was wearing masks, unless she saw them before they put the mask on. It's craziness, man. And you know what's so crazy is, bro, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage other men into sexual acts with him.
Not to forget, according to Gene's confirmation, Diddy did, in fact, groom Justin Bieber, Usher, and Mace and expose them to these freak-offs at a very young age. For this reason, all three of them have attempted, on their own accounts, to distance themselves from Diddy as much as possible.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
You see, Usher recently came clean about the unpleasant part of his early career. Usher claimed that while still a minor, Combs had exposed him to illegal drugs and crazy parties, leaving him nervous about everything. Moreover, Jaguar Wright, 50 Cent, and Cat Williams have all suggested that Combs is to blame for a number of deaths in Hollywood, primarily those of young musicians who wanted to come out and express their disgust for the rapper Diddy, but didn't seem to want anything to do with him.
You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit motherfucking game with people that you love, that you like, you know, it's too many coincidences.
Too many. You
honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog too.
According to rapper 50 Cent, Diddy once went so far as to invite him shopping in an apparent attempt to buy 50 off with expensive presents and cash.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
Instant has gone off.
When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
Even worse, Williams implies that Diddy was the one who previously attempted to exploit the comedian, despite Cat's best efforts to uphold his moral character. For more updates, hit the bell icon.